Hello everybody, what is up? Prof Toast here. As you can see, we're back here with some more Final Fantasy 16. So, last time we left off, we just met up with our companions, or ones that we thought were originally dead, but now they're currently back. And while we're here,
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
I don't think they have. Well, actually, we could use a couple more potions.
Of course, my lord. It has been an honor.
Alright, so Mr. Wade.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Alder have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Alright. New quest, black or white. Okay, so we got new party members. I'm assuming Wade's joining us. Yep, Wade is joining us. Alright, so let's go to our destination.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Thank you, sir.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind.
Wait, you mean if I just been going around like, let's just burn this entire village down, because, you know, fuck these guys that, you know, have magical abilities. God damn, these people are fucked up. And also, keep in mind, this is also Clive's mom. The fact that freaking Clive's dad is even just like, you know, okay with her is like, damn, she just like either really hit it well or something, I don't know, but god dang.
There they are.
She's like, no, I don't like
On your command, my lord.
all those bears. They remind me of the son I like to not think about. I like the other son, you know, it was a phoenix. His magic powers are okay, not the others though.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields?
Actually, yes.
Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
You know, I'll enjoy beating them down.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear. Over here! Get him! Over here!
Bloody hell!
Like, oh wait, there's more. Oh god, and they brought one of those with them too. That'd be fun. Great, that one's actually gonna be a challenge.
This
More? We're still fighting the first
The
one.
Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I regret it.
Over here! Sickle! This one. Sickle! Get him!
Alright. Oh, great.
A noble stand.
Why has it always gotta be the fucking
A
Dragoon?
misguided one.
Should know, since that was my main class when I first started Final Fantasy
You
XIV.
have but proven our point.
These
That
motherfuckers.
this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Over here!
Alright.
Get him! Over here! This one.
So wait!
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You ain't finish him.
Nice try. I needed that.
There. Now all of your black shields, huh? All of a sudden, they're not so damn tough.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For
He's
the
like,
time
sorry,
being,
I got a
at
bit
least.
too overexcited there.
Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements?
Might be a good
sound
idea.
strategy, my lord.
Yeah, funny enough is, for those of you who've actually seen the Shield Hero anime, if you go look up Clive's mom on Google, you should see what picture shows up for her, because I was making a thumbnail last night for a different video with Final Fantasy, and then all of a sudden I noticed, like, wait, what the fuck? Who edited this on Google? Yeah, Google, because that's freaking hilarious. Essentially, they, if you've seen the Shield Hero anime, the princess from season 1 and everything, who they essentially named like trash or bitch or whatever, basically they have her character's face over Clive's mom's name, which is like, you know, that's oddly very fitting, and it's also hilarious as hell.
Had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I think it's also done by people who probably edit some of the information on Google, but it's just funny as hell to see. Because it's like, yeah, that's actually a very accurate depiction of her.
Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to
We're about to meet Clive's uncle.
Wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
Clive's uncle's pretty much gonna be like, oh, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, no, your ass is dead. Why the fuck are you here? Who are you?
Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Like, oh boy, another seal.
I shall wear it with pride.
I like how somebody actually did make some fan art of basically Clive, like a shit ton of the seals just like pinned to all over his freaking coat because of how many he gets throughout the game.
Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
I don't know why, but still, for some reason, it's strange to me how they do that, like, salute thing, like they're holding the sword, but they're not actually holding anything. Like, I gotta think it's just like muscle memory at that point. Port Isolde, assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. Rosfield Manor. That's right. So now I get to see Clive's uncle.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Like, doubt it, but...
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Uncle, I swear it's us, please.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
He's like, fuck, that actually looks like him. It's like, no way, he's dead, I swear.
And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
Claire's like, oh yeah, I got something for you.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Like, wait, no, he used to do that when he was a kid. What the fuck?
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
He's like, holy fuck, it's actually him.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
He's like, Uncle, I just got like, no, we
feast. You
feast.
can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Honestly, at that point for Clive and Jill, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't pass up a free meal, considering I don't even know what they've been surviving on up till now. Probably just like bread and some wine or something.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived.
Valid point.
Besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Like my own.
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
And she was like,
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it.
So she's
eh?
like, I can neither
To linger on my
confirm or
nephew's
deny.
greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
alright, and this is how we got our ship.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters.
Ah, yes. Monsters.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
Essentially now she's trying to kind of somewhat gain or make atonement for, you know, the people she
I don't want to be a monster.
pretty much killed and everything.
Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Essentially, yeah, I could see why she would probably, you know, have that weighing on her. Because essentially, yeah, they kind of like, hey, if you don't kill these people for us, we're going to go ahead and kill these little kids in front of you. So she's like, well, fuck, I guess here I go killing again. Kind of sucks, yeah, because her hand is kind of tied with, hands are kind of tied with that. So it's kind of like, yeah, I could see why she'd be kind of like, fuck, did I just really do all that? Like, not that I had a choice, but still.
In the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Okay, first, let us go and...
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady.
And what can I do for you? Go on then.
I doubt you have any stuff we could use. So let's go ahead and restock.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. Is that all?
Alright, so, actually, hold on. I do believe we have a plus mark side quest, which usually those I kind of am more inclined to do because you saw the last one. We got our Chocobo back again, so...
How did we never hear about these guardians of the flame every day?
Mr. August.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Alright, let's cheer the grumpy bastard up.
If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
It's also the same blacksmith that was like, when we first got to the camp, he was like, "Nah, I ain't forging shit for you." He's like, "Got you some rum." He's like, "Alright, I'll forge some shit for you." Alright, let's see what's got this guy bent out of shape. Were we not supposed to come at the same time?
First August, and now you.
Okay, never mind. You already came before me.
What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business.
Like, I'm not. That's why Clive's sticking his nose in your business.
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Like, come on, man. He just cares.
Phil, shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for?
So in other words, you're just feeling...
Alright, we're going.
You're just feeling jealous because someone else made something way better than him. So it's like, hey man, it's alright. So I'm guessing we need to find the guy who made whatever he saw.
I just thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of hail. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Just so happens she's right here.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now where the bleeding hell was
I'm gonna go ahead and assume this is probably one of the hunts that are on that board.
Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Alright. Essentially, we gotta kind of get him, like, basically the piece that he worked on, so I'm guessing he kind of wants to study it and figure out, like, alright, how the hell can I reproduce this shit? Let's see. Ah, yes. The monster hunts.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know? Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
So, I don't suppose you're gonna... Because basically a lot of these hunts, you gotta know a specific point where they're at. Which I believe back when I first did this, I essentially just used Google. I was like, alright, where the fuck are these guys? I'm assuming this is the guy we're looking for. If they're not gonna actually tell us... Did you hear about the Dosmere? Yeah, I know. So we got him. Don't suppose. Alright, so I'm gonna go. I have to go basically look up exactly where he's at, then we'll go ahead and find that location. Alright, so yeah, so now essentially I have marked, we don't have the area fully unlocked, but we kind of know it's gonna be in this general area right here. So now we must go ahead and hunt this creature down. Hopefully find the right materials.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
I've caught my share with it, as did my grandfather.
Oh, shit, you're quite talented with that rod of yours. Like, what do you mean by that, man? Sweet, free bloody hides. And I went the wrong way. Alright. I do believe, let's see, maybe somewhere over here. Oh, there we go. We need to take this hill up. And then that should get us to where we need to go. Or at least on the correct path to it. Slightly more out here. Alright, we got... So I forgot, we can actually use our chocobo now, which will make this journey a little bit quicker, or at least a little less tedious of just running. I believe I'm correct, right? No, I'm totally going the wrong way. Alright, hold on one second. Alright, so now we're on the correct path. Yeah, for some reason I took the complete opposite hill I was supposed to go on. As you can see, we're actually... Now we're on the correct path that we should have been on in the first place.
Alright.
Just gotta guys are all way lower level, so it's not going to be... I don't know if it's going to be worth even going through the fight with those. But we'll go ahead and collect the items over here. We always use those for blacksmithing later. Okay, we're almost there. I think it should be right in this corner.
For easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
If I remember correctly. Yeah, considering we had to get off. Yep, there he is. That's the griffin we're looking for. Dasmere, rank B.
Leatherwork will have to wait.
Ogle, look sharp. Over here!
Oops, I forgot about that. Oops, okay. I did not do that while he's charging at me. Don't you guys mind distracting for like a quick second? Need to target him real fast. Damn it, didn't work. There we go.
This one. Over here.
Really gotta stop getting hit by those. I got him a little bit more than halfway down, so.
This one.
Almost got him there. Come on. There we go. Get some pretty decent XP from them as well. And we leveled up.
Is something there, boy?
Oh, that might be our actual weaponsmith that we're looking for.
Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
Yeah, he'll eventually figure it out.
I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Alright, now that we got that completed, remove that. We're gonna head back to camp. Restock our supplies and we'll report back to Blackthorn.
That monster's taken quite a liking.
Is it business or pleasure? Going purse weighing you down? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Let's see, then I think I had some stuff that actually sell off. I'll sell these things off because we can't use those.
I can find a buyer. Finished, are you?
Alright.
And with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Alright, as long as Blackthorn's happy, we're good. Ooh, okay. So looks like we got some new gear unlocked.